Hi Year 4. So today we're going to move on from learning about Matisse and doing our natural outlines to trying to copy a piece of his paper cut work. I've got 4 for you to choose. However, if you are able to do some research or you have found one when you've been doing your information pages of a piece of cut out work that Matisse did, you can copy one you find yourself to. So the 4 I've given you are the ones I think would be good to copy. And there's the different levels of trickiness. But if there's another one that you find, then please do that. So we have the mermaid and the parakeet, which is a very long and thin one. The snail, which is made up of mainly coloured squares. The sheaf, which is a range of leaf cutouts. And the sea, which is actually a blue and white two blue backgrounds, so a light blue, dark blue background, and white on top. So whichever one you'd like to do, please do copy. I am going to copy the sheaf, which is the leaf patterns, doing the best I can to copy it, and then I'm going to add my colour. I'll show you how I do it to give you an idea, but it's the same as we've done before, where we draw it out carefully, try and make it fit most of our page, because most of these paper cutouts aren't perfectly rectangular or A4 size. Some are square, some are a bit long and thin. So I'm going to make this one fit my page as best as it can, and then I'm going to add some colour once I've drawn it out. Enjoy! Okay, Year 4. So I've just drawn out my guidelines, I guess you could say. Now I've got loads of shapes to copy with the sheaf, which is all the kind of leaf-like patterns. And if you can see, I'll go a bit closer, but what I've done, just to help me, is I've just sketched out where I think each shape should be. So I can then go over this now with my pencil again, but I can actually put the right shape in. My worry was that I was going to crop it when I drew it and not fit all the shapes in. So this is my way of trying to make everything fit on the page. You can see this piece of work is not completely A4 or this kind of rectangular shape. It's slightly shorter, which is absolutely fine. I'm now going to add in all the detailed part of the shapes, and then I will add the colour to finish it off. I just wanted to talk you through how I'm going to do this. So I've just drawn out this shape here, which is quite a main green one I've got. I've then had a shaped area here with my pencil. I've just rubbed that out, and then I'm going to draw that shape. I'll then rub out this guide shape and then do the proper shape. So I'm going to do it in stages. It's the best way I can do this. You can probably also see that I've got a bit of old guideline shape here. When you do this, because you're going to add colour, make sure, and I will fix mine in a moment, that you do rub out all your guidelines to get a really good crisp finish, so it looks like paper, because we're really trying to make it look as if we have cut these out. I just wanted to show you my progress so far. I started off here on this green one, which is a slightly different shape to quite a few of them, and then I kind of built up my layers around to get this side finished. What I've also done, as you can probably see, is I've zoomed in on the document on my computer to help me draw it. So if you need to zoom in as well, please do that, because otherwise it's hard to work out if it's really small. And these images are quite large that I've put on the document, so they should zoom in absolutely fine. So I'm now going to continue doing this top layer here, and then I'm going to finish this side before I colour. I feel like I'm getting quicker at the shapes, if that makes sense, because I'm learning how to do his kind of curves. They're not perfect copies, but they are very similar, and I'm very happy with that. So if you are doing something again that is similar, but you can't quite get it exactly, don't worry, because even I'm finding that tricky, because how he must have cut this paper must have been quite intricate, and when you're cutting paper and drawing, they're quite different ways of working. So don't worry if you find that not all the lines are exact, but when I colour this in, it will look much more like the real one, because really his work is all about the colour. Now I've finished it, I have to say my eyes are a bit tired, and my hands are a bit tired from all the wobbly lines and curved lines, but I think this is going to look really good when it's finished. I think that this looks very similar to this. I'm just going to finish off the colour and I'll show you how it looks. I just wanted to mention something that I noticed when I saw your outline work, is the trick of doing the border first. When I've seen some of the shapes, we've been colouring in up to the line the best we can, which is really very hard. So I really recommend that when you colour in, try and put in a border first and then colour in. I'm going to do it with my left hand just to show you. but you can then colour in and keep the edge of the line smooth. Okay, I know I'm doing it left-handed, so I'm doing it a bit slow, but it gives you the idea that you don't have to, you can keep your outlines really smooth by doing a border first and then colouring in. Just finish off doing my colouring in. So I've done my best with the colours that I have at home, but as you can probably tell, it's not a perfect copy. So if I look at it, some of the greens and the blues do change, slightly darker or slightly lighter, but I'm not going to worry about that. I've done the best I can with what I have. I've also added in a signature, and I've used a bit of fine liner here. I'll rub out my pencil when that is dry. So I hope to see lots of lovely work from you. Please send me an email and I will give you some feedback, and I hope you enjoy copying Matisse's work.